Good afternoon, everyone. We interrupt our programming right now to bring you breaking news, an update on the tsunami warning that is now in effect for the entire state of Hawaii. Now, the waves or effects from the waves expected to hit the islands at 7:10 tonight. It will start on the north end of the state, Honolulu, Kauai first. And again, that's in a little less than 4 hours from now. We want to bring in Paul Drews right now. He's been monitoring the situation. And Paul, I know just from looking, I know like a lot of folks probably looking at their phones as to what time they got these warnings. It started as a watch at around 1:30 this afternoon, but then it's been escalated up to a warning here in the last half hour or so. What can you tell us as far as what's led to this?
Right. Well, let's talk about what started this and what exactly is a tsunami and what people can expect. Again, across the Pacific, far to the northwest of us, off of Russia, a large earthquake struck about 1:30 Hawaii time. Now, the distance between there and Hawaii means it's about 6 hours for that tsunami to reach our islands. 8.7 magnitude quake is a powerful one and can generate a Pacific-wide tsunami, and that is what we're expecting, and that's what we're already seeing for some areas around the Pacific. That wave will be traveling our way, and once again, the entire state under that tsunami warning. First arrival, Honolulu Bay around 7:10. Now, a tsunami isn't just one wave, and it's not like a surf wave that'll just come in and break on our shores. These are very large open ocean waves, big enough that even though it's coming from that direction, those waves can wrap around the islands. And so you may be on the south shore of whatever island, and you may think, I don't need to worry about it, but that's not the case, because these tsunami waves can travel around the islands, wrap around the islands, and affect all of our coastal areas. So what causes them? Well, earthquakes can cause them. Undersea eruptions can also cause them, as well as landslides. Any big disruption underwater of a lot of water. Say if there was an earthquake or a volcanic eruption, that eruption would send a massive a movement of that water, and that can cause a tsunami to be generated. That tsunami will race across the ocean at more than 500 miles an hour and will head to shores, even distant shores. Now, as it gets further away, it will get smaller, but again, we are still expecting a sizable tsunami as far as the size of some waves reaching our shores. And as those open ocean waves, which don't amount to much out on the open ocean because they're not really touching bottom, but once they get to shallower waters, they grow in height. And unlike a breaking wave, like a surf wave that comes in and then just gets pulled back out by the ocean, this is more like a tide, rising tide that quickly rises in just a matter of minutes and then will also quickly drop in a matter of minutes. So instead of just one wave that breaks and then pulls back, it'll be more and more water like a tide coming in, and that can cause damage to coastal areas. Again, across the Pacific, there are monitoring stations. These are dart buoys that can measure that tsunami traveling over the open ocean and give us an idea of what we're expecting. Closer to the center of that earthquake is where we are expecting larger waves. And so as you get further out, smaller waves are in the forecast. But for Hawaii, this is what we're expecting. Tsunami warning for the entire state. That is coastal areas all across the islands. First wave arrival was going to be 7:17, but for Honolulu, 7:10. And again, potentially a 3 to 9 foot tsunami for coastal areas. Now, there may be some coastal areas, including, say, boat harbors or some channels, areas where those waters can be funneled or channeled, and potentially wave heights could be on the higher end of that for coastal areas, may not see more than 3 feet of a run-up from those waves. And it's not just one wave. A tsunami is a series of waves. And so after that first wave hits and then gradually recedes, there'll be more coming in. And so that is why we want everyone around coastal areas to be aware